legs.
Oh, they are rollies.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and start with questions.
Tell us about the new products.
Directed at you. Do you want to start?
No, I want you to start.
Product
line. It's not the BB line.
For me, when we really started is what we wanted to do is have a full racing system, from cap to swimsuit to goggles, and kind of being able to finalize some of the small touches that we had to do with the goggles and the caps, and I think we're at the point now where we have a full racing system. I don't know if I'm supposed to show you or will show you.
I think you can.
I'll show you now. I don't have the suits with me though.
Everybody gets one.
So I've always, and I said to him, I think it would be, I think it would be cool if.
You should get one out of your bag before we.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. So no, you're right.
Pops and twins.
So for me, I mean, and I think for a lot of people in the world, we all want to match. So I have a blue and a blue suit, and I have a silver, and a silver suit, and a yellow, and a yellow, and a yellow suit. But the biggest things about it is it's, you know, for me, it's something that I feel is comfortable. For me, I don't like when the cap's all the way over my ears and it submerges my ear, or covers my ears. So we have it designed where there's no wrinkle. It fits my head perfectly, better than any other cap I've ever worn. And it's just, for me, it's a lot of it is about being comfortable. Like I said, that's what I want the most. I want it to be the most aerodynamic. I want it to be just sort of hydrodynamic. Excuse me. I don't know many of these real big terms. See, that's why I said you should have answered.
Are you ready for me?
My biggest thing is, like I said in the beginning, I want a whole system. I want one gigantic racing system, and that's what we've been able to build. We've been able to cut and paste some of the small things and change things here and there throughout the whole entire process. And I used to only wear Swedes in workout, ever, my whole entire career. And these are the only goggles that I will wear in workout now. And it's weird, it's just different for me. I always thought Swedes were so comfortable and so easy just to throw on my face, but these are actually comfortable, and I can see out every single angle of the lens. And the lens, there's no other lens in the world that is like these lenses.
No more
That's
goggle
what makes
issues.
them so special. What's that?
No more goggle
Yeah,
issues.
No more. Well, let's hope not. Let's hope not.
So what you get in these goggles is, Oxford actually has a patent on the curved lens that's non-distorted. And you can go all the way to the side without turning your head, which is the biggest thing Michael wanted when we started looking at goggles, peripheral vision, to either sight the lane line or see if somebody's beside you, particularly when you're in backstroke. It has a very low profile in front. Unlike most goggles, it has several choices of nose piece, so that you can find the one that fits you instead of having to adjust a string or doing something like that. So it's comfortable. The strap will never break, I don't think. I don't know how it can. And it's easily adjusted. So those are all the things we were looking for in the goggle.
I've left this lodged in my bag and closed it on top of both straps. And I've left it there for a week and it hasn't broken. I don't want to say it's indestructible and it's not, but I've had a very hard time breaking this strap.
I've spent a large portion of my coaching career either trying to help somebody cut string for their goggles, find a goggle strap, do makeshift something that'll work, and to have something that will be reliable. Coaches will love it, I can tell you that. Coaches will really like it. The cap. Very little, much time has been spent on caps in general, but what we wanted to do was find a way to prevent the cap from bunching up on top, which is where the most drag occurs. So we wanted it to be comfortable to wear. It wasn't like a helmet super hard, but there are different ways that it'll stretch to fit your head, according to actually where these black stripes are. And that way it'll keep it from bunching up and getting that's the real disadvantage of a cat. Right? The main advantage is it's smoother than your hair, so you don't want it bunching up on top. It's made to go halfway over your ear, which I think a lot of swimmers will like. I don't think people want their ears totally covered, because either it holds water in your ear or you can't hear anything. So it was designed with that in mind, and the back is designed so it has a little curvature, so it's going to stay on your head better. It won't ride up over the back of your head, which you see a lot of swimmers will happen sometimes.
I don't know, scrunch. when
Exactly.
you're Moving backwards.
Exactly. That was good. Next.
The goggles don't match.
You're
They
good.
don't have the separate colors, right?
They do. Yeah, they do. You have
Silver
goggles.
goggles?
Yeah, we have
I have
silver
silver
and
for the silver cap, I
Yeah.
have yellow for the yellow cap.
So talking a little bit about the meet this weekend,
Yeah.
what is your approach coming into this? Are you cutting back on training yards for this? Or is this more of a mid-season, just see where we are kind of meet?
B.
Yeah, option B.
Yeah, it's.
It's just really just to see where things are. That's kind of what all the meets really building up to Olympic trials are, for now. That's the end of the year goal, and we kind of, I don't really think we didn't drop down for nationals. We're not dropping down really, I would say, for any meet going into.
Less than this one for nationals. Probably did 3 or 4 days for nationals, but yeah, not really.
We didn't do it,
Yeah.
So it's, this is just see where we are, whatever we get. Hopefully it's good. If not, we know what to improve.
You've had incredible times in the past year, but I talked to Missy last week, and she said just seeing how happy you are as a human being, just let's not even talk swimming. I thought that was kind of an odd thing, but it was a great thing. Is like the Pat 40 story yesterday. Is that how you feel every day waking up now, Mike?
Most of the days, yeah. 9 times out of 10, yeah. I'm usually in a good mood almost every day, and that's just how I always try to live my life now. I try to be as happy as I can and try to live every day to its fullest. And I am in a lot happier place now than I've ever been. And I think a lot of other things are better because of that. My swimming is better than it's probably been since 2008. The relationship with Nicole and I is the best it's ever been in the 8 years that we've been on and off. It's probably the closest that I've really been with my entire family in a very long time, and my whole entire family. My mother, my sisters, and my father. Bob and I I'm pretty sure Bob and I work better together now than we have in quite a long time. So, I think just my life as a whole is a lot better. For me, I'm doing this swimming thing because I want to, and that's the only reason why. And I didn't want to come back and have it be like it was going into 2012, where I was kind of kicking and screaming. I wanted to come back and I wanted to enjoy this experience. And it's just been an awesome ride so far. We still have 6 months. So.
How has that changed your approach to training, where you said here you wanted to do it, but for the 12 Olympics you were kind of kicking and screaming? How has that changed your approach?
I show up to work
He's
out.
there. He's got training. It's amazing what happens.
That helps, right?
Yeah, when you've got some talent and show up to practice, things get good.
That's the only thing. It's like, there would be days or weeks where I just wouldn't show up going 12, and now I'm there every day.
He hasn't missed since he
I really
came back. Yeah.
So it's I've explained this to the kids that we train with. Like, it's not rocket science. You come, show up, and work hard. You're probably going to see some results. So that's really what it is. We have a great training group and a pretty good atmosphere. Some kids who work really hard from a day-to-day basis, and we all work together really well. We've all known each other for a while, and the chemistry is really good.
Is it? Do you feel like at this stage you've grown up? Would that be a stretch to say that kind of thing?
That's a good way to put it, yeah. I feel a little bit more grown up now than what I used to be. I am having a kid in a couple months, so I guess if I'm not ready now, I will be in a few months.
Yeah.
Michael, when you came here last year,
Yeah.
that was in many ways sort of the first time you had resurfaced in a way, and I know a lot of the swimmers talked about what it meant to them to have you here. I'm curious what you remember your emotions were like when you came here, and looking back now a year later and all you've gone through. Sort of, that's two questions, but how you feel about that now?
I can say I'm a hell of a lot happier being here and being able to swim.
Yeah.
You know, last year I came here was swimming in the diving well and swimming in the competition pool in between sessions, and standing and watching swimming when I want to be in isn't fun. Last year I was able to sit down with a couple of athletes and help them on a small, a few technical things that I saw during their races, and watching video with them. This is a town where I usually enjoy coming to swim and usually enjoy coming to compete. This is where I broke my first world record. I remember the race like it was yesterday, so this town has always been very special for me in my career, and it's for me to be able to come back one more time and swim here. I think I have a lot of excitement coming into this weekend. Not only because we have most of the national team here, but just a chance to be able to race in this pool again. Because this is probably the last time I'll ever swim in this pool. So, no, I'm not coming back again. I'm not swimming in it again. And so I'm just looking forward to the weekend and the emotions that, I guess when I was warming up, I had, mixed emotions, because I remember standing on the side of the pool deck watching the 200 free last year. I was standing with Jack Roach, and Frank was standing right in front of us, and didn't really know what to expect at the end of the year, after seeing where we were at that point. And it frustrated me not being able to be there, and not being able, and knowing that I wasn't going to be there at the end of the year to help out as much as I could. So when I was warming up today, there was a little frustration, because I remember those feelings that I had last year. But then on the other side, like I was saying, just a lot of excitement to actually be back and be able to race with my other teammates in this pool.
Why was it important for you to come last year when you weren't going to compete?
So I could train, really, be back in the meet environment, just see what it's like. I don't know if he had some other little secret.
Apparently, it was motivational on some level.
I don't think I needed much more motivation.
Well, I understand, but I try to cover all the bases.
Michael, what's your evaluation of Jack Conger and his potential?
When I saw Jack swim here last year,
He's one of the guys he was helping.
Right. Yeah. I sat with Jack and watched him. I watched his freestyle and watched a couple of his strokes and just gave my 2 cents. It was good. I hope he was able to take something out of it. I think the kid's a very talented swimmer, and being able to race him this summer, I think, helped us both. And I talked to him a little bit after the meet here last year, and just said, keep doing whatever you're doing because it's working. Don't overthink too much. I think that's where a lot of people have problems, is when this thing starts coming into place where it really doesn't need to be there. If you're training well and you're swimming fast, then don't stop, don't change. Just keep it going, keep it moving. It's not that hard. I've said that to so many people, and they're like, "Well, it's not that easy." I'm like, "Yeah, it really is. It's really easy." But that's what we talked about, and I'm excited to be able to race again, and he's a stud, and it's going to be fun watching him grow and seeing where his swimming career goes.
Michael, in that same vein, I know you're a student of swimming as well as a swimmer. Katie Ledecky was just in here. What do you see in her stroke technically that allows her to do what she does? I mean, if you ask her, she's like, "Oh, I just try hard," and we all know it's more than that. So what technically do you see when you look at her swim?
I've seen her with 2 different strokes. I've seen her with like a super long loping stroke, almost like how you see a lot of guys swim.
Right.
Like how my stroke was in 2008. like super long, like really uses her legs very, very well. Her rotation is great. And then I've seen another side where her stroke is shorter and choppier. So, I mean, if she can vary them both and can do anything from the 100 to the mile, it's pretty good.
Is the one that is the
I
longer,
like-
lopier one for the longer
The
race?
longer, lopier one is probably the better stroke in my opinion, because, I mean, once you have that, you can kind of go to a sprinty stroke at the end if you need to. But to be honest, like, that's where you're going to get your most power, because you're going to get every ounce of, you're going to be able to pull every ounce of the water and propel yourself forward. She's strong. She can swim well.
She's
like I said,
super
she's
well
got a great
connected.
kick.
Like
Yeah.
her arms, her torso connects her legs and arms. She moves.
Rotation is
in
incredible.
unison. Yeah.
Incredible.
Timing is very good.
The longer stroke is better in my opinion.
You talked about how you're showing up every day now. Is that harder on you given